Hey everyone, please check out my Patreon page. I'm sure you'll enjoy it, and there's a lot of nice prizes that are given monthly. Alright guys, we're getting ready to go do some testing. We got a creek I want to test and some spots I want to test when we're coming back. So this is going to be a video of testing with a sluice this time. I don't know if you can see it in the back of the bike or not. I'm probably right in the way, but it is there. Okay guys, I'm up here in the Bradshaw's this morning, about 10 miles back in, and been across almost all the creeks are running, and this one's running really good. And I'm not sure you can hear it, but yeah, we got water running. Don't know how many feet per second that is, but it's enough to dredge. Really good, really good. Everything's getting green from the past fires. Hillsides are all green. Amazing. And there's a remnant of the fire. Alright guys, we're looking for a spot. Everybody, I'm going real basic today. Got a 5-gallon bucket, 1 gallon inside of it, a screen, 1/2-inch mesh, shovel, sluice, pack. That'll about do it. I might take that pick right there in that side, and that'll be it for tools and everything. Alright guys, I'm going to hit this spot first, do a test there, maybe just a test pan there, and I'm set up right there. Got a pretty good flow. I mean, you never have a lot of flow up here, but that's good enough right there. Then I might just go across to the other side of the creek. But we're going to test here first and see what we got. Guys, I've done 4 test pans. I went upstream here, and wasn't good up there. So I've dropped back here to where the sluice is, and we're going to do about a 1/2 bucket here and see what happens, see what we can find. I'm working right here. It's where this flow come in here. When this flooded, and it might have been this time, but it's been at least up to here where the flood was. So we're going to give her a go and see what happens. Alright guys, that's about 1/3 of a bucket, half minus. And I don't have real good flow here, but I think it's going to be enough to work with, so we're going to give it a go. Okay, that's running better than I thought it would. I just run a scoop through, and it's running good, it's exiting good. You know, you don't have an indicator mat on these little traps, but it looks like good. Might be leaning a little bit this way. Let's see here in a second. Sorry about me being everywhere. I'm doing this left-handed and trying to shovel at the same time. So, okay, she's cleaning out good. So I'll bring you back later. Okay, guys, we're going to do a cleanup here on this. So this is about 1/3 of a bucket, and I didn't see anything in the riffles, but they got really full down here in this lower end because I couldn't get enough slope right where I'm at. So I'm going to clean this up and try to show you while I do it, because I'm going to have to do it right-handed and left-handed. I don't know if I can do it or not. I'm going to get this into the bucket anyhow. Okay guys, she's clean. And because they're so wide, I could not video this because it's wider than the top of a 5-gallon bucket, so you got to stand it on edge. You got to like this and pour water in it to get it clean. I forgot that. So anyhow, we'll clean this up and see what's in it. That's how much material we got to work with. And we're working at about 5,000 feet here, maybe a little higher than that, maybe 53, I don't know. And we had a monster rain Sunday, and it flooded this place, and it flooded at our house. And there was like a foot of mud on the road coming in, but they had just bladed, so we got in here. But now we're in here, and it's like 85 degrees and 82% humidity, so it's just a fun place to be. Okay, I've started down with this already, and now I'm going to have to do this left-handed in the stream while the stream's running and operate the camera, so don't make fun of me. Now, I didn't see anything in the riffles, but that doesn't necessarily mean there isn't anything in the pan. You know, there could be a nugget underneath some of that material. And this area isn't known for big nuggets, but there has been some, so let's see if we can get something showing here. Like I said, I'm doing this left-handed, holding the camera. I'm not sure I'm coordinated enough to do this. I see what's a couple little specks up on that top. And then again, it might be mica. There's a lot of mica in the creeks up here. Okay, I don't see any gold sticking around, but I'm going to try it right-handed now and see what we get. Alright guys, so the trap didn't lie. It said there was nothing in the riffles, and there was nothing in the riffles, and that made nothing be in my pan. So we didn't get anything in this spot. I will reclaim this and fill it back in for what that's worth. But you can see the flood area here. It's flooded clear up to where those bushes are up on top above that white bucket, way above it. That's all cobble all the way up there. So there's lots of areas you can try and work in here, and it might be good. There's a giant boulder laying right there. Yeah, that's a big one. So that got washed down here from somewhere. And there's, you know, this cobble on both sides of the creek, and it's just a really good spot. I just didn't hit it, and I think it's going to be a day for me, so I think I'm going to call it. Alright guys, we're leaving the forest now. As you can see, this is part of the burn scar up here from the Crown King fire. And this down here, this creek is called Little Wolf. And I'm standing on the edge of the road here, and that's the creek down there at the bottom. You can see down there, all the way down. There used to be a couple vehicles down there you could see that were laying upside down. I don't see them anymore, but then if you look over on this hill, this creek goes down here and it joins into Wolf Creek. And we have actually got claims down there at the very end of that. And you can see this mountain here is huge, right beside the road, and you can see the push-up right there in the middle of the ground when the tectonics come together and push that all up right up the top of that hill. Pushed all this up over here. Just thought it would be interesting to see that. And as you can see, I am standing right here, and there's the bike. I'm at the edge of this. I'd really like to show you those two vehicles, but I don't see them anymore. Enough floods up here, I guess they're gone. Or somebody took them for salvage. Alright guys, that's it. I didn't mean to put another clip in to make it longer, but I thought this was interesting to look at. What a view, huh? This is part of Arizona. Okay guys, I brought 2 samples home here because it was dry and everywhere else was wet, so we're going to pan it out right here at the shop. A little jet dry. Now this appears to be a very high content of black sand in this. As you can see, That's really high content. So it's going to take a little while to pan some of these, but we'll do it a pan at a time, and that'll be it. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know what happened here, but there we go. So I'm going to do 1/8 minus here on the 11-inch pan, and see what we get. So you've seen this part from 100 different people, so I'm only going to do like those 3/2 scoops and screen it, and then I'll be back. Okay, this is test site 2, pan 1. Well, it's pretty dirty there. I didn't think it would be, but I may have just a little bit too much here. This is almost solid black sand. So I thought, well, I might as well test this and see just what the heck there's there, if any. You can always bring equipment in later, and if need be, maybe even purchase a claim, huh? If it was good enough, I would do that. I would just buy the claim. Now, I don't think it's under claim right now. Thought I saw gold. After being up in the mountains, I've got gold fever now. I see gold everywhere. My goodness, that's a lot of black sand. Now that's 3/2 scoops. So let's see what we got here. Oh, that's fine, fine black sand too. It isn't the real coarse stuff that we normally find up here. Very fine. You know, some people tell you don't touch your water after you're doing that in case you got lotion on your hands, but there's jet dry in here, so I'm not too worried. And this is just testing anyhow, more testing. You'll see that in a lot of my comments. I write test, test, test. When you're trying to find gold and find more gold or bigger gold. And this one, unless there's a speck up in here, is a dud. So I'm not going to have you watch me pan duds. If anything comes up, I'll show you. Okay guys, that was test site 1. Now test site 2 is because of this. And this is a conglomerate. Hope you can see this. Let's see. I can't see the camera. I've got lots of glare this morning. This is a conglomerate, and you can see the quartz in it. Lots of iron in it. I mean, it weighs really heavy in your hand. And there's several of these was laying on the site. And I decided, well, you know, if it's any good, we'll just do a real quick test. And that looked pretty good right there for a minute. It looked like gold. But anyhow, that's why we're doing this site, this other site. The first one had 0. Not even a speck in it. But you don't know that until you test it, do you? So this is going to be the second site, and I'll be back. Hey guys, that was about 10 pans of mainly black sand, and it didn't prove out good. But now we know, you know, what we saved was we didn't bring any equipment in to that site and try to dig out gold that maybe isn't there. But because of the heavies, you got to check, and because of the ore samples that I picked up, you have to check. But you don't have to work it and waste a lot of time and money trying to develop something that isn't there. So anyhow, this was a good test. Now we know that we don't want to go there, and it's a dry claim, and it would have been really good for us because it was real close to home. So anyhow, thank you so much for watching this one.